I'm right here.
All right.
Thank
So
you so
welcome,
much
welcome again to
for
talk.
having me.
You're welcome.
And I'm gonna share my screen. Does everybody see my screen?
Yes, we can
Yes.
see it. Yes.
Okay. So welcome, and it's great to see so many people joining. I know I've talked to a lot of travel advisors from Archer Travel, and I know you have many in your on your team. So I'm Aileen Peaceman. I'm based here in Northern California. I live in Los Gatos, and I grew up in New York. I've been with Club Med now for 9 years, and I've been in travel my entire career. I've always done outside sales, and I've worked for a variety of very prestigious tour operators, hoteliers. So I've been blessed to see how a lot of people do things. I've always had a passion for Club Med, and I've always gone when I had personal vacation, and the BDM used to give me the special rate. And then she said she's retiring, so I better book it fast. And I said, "You can't retire." She said, "I can, I am, and you should take my job." And you know what? I did. So I'm also the team mountain and ski specialist on the team, and I'll talk about that product line. I'm passionate about it, and I'm always available to help you close some ski sales. So
Aline, Aline, before
yes,
you get started, can you the toolbar at the top of your screen is kind of blocking some things. I don't know if you can click the view options and hide the panel or move it up so that
okay. The toolbar. Okay. Where do I click that?
can you see the view options up at the top or the three dots
Yes,
in
I
view?
got that.
It'll help you hide the toolbar or hide the panel.
Hmm. Hide floating meeting controls. I guess that's it, right?
Yeah, that should be it. That should help.
How's that? Hello?
It's in the middle now. If you slide it up, we may be all set. Oh, all set now.
Oh, okay. All
Thank
right, good. I don't know
you.
what I did, but I'm glad it worked. Uh,
Thank
so Club Med started in 1950, probably before most of us were even born. So we were the inventor of the all-inclusive resorts and concepts, and we've been pioneering ever since. So usually our resorts are in the best locations. We have 70 of them worldwide. I'm not going to have a chance to go into all of our resorts, but I'm going to try and cover what I think from the US would be the best options for you to sell and talk about a little bit, well, what makes Club Med different? The first thing that makes them different is our GOs. This is our staff on property and also off property, and it stands for Genteel Organizers. Our guests, we call them GMs, Genteel Members. And then we also have a host of GEs, and these are also Club Med staff that lives in the destination. So most of our GOs on property come from all over the world. And it's really nice because you could go to a resort in the Caribbean and you'll have GOs from Africa, from Asia. And so that's kind of nice. Our kids program. I like to say our kids do instead of watch. There's no PlayStation, there's no TVs. They're doing all kinds of activities from cooking to sailing to um, scuba dive, not scuba, but snorkeling. They go out on sailboats. They're active all day long. And we have kids programs from 4 months to 17 years old. My kids now are not kids, they're young adults. I have 22 and 28, and they've been coming with me to Club Med since they're 3 years old, and they still want to come with me to Club Med. So that says a lot. And in 1967, we created what we call the mini club, which is our kids club, and then we've expanded into Amazing Family, where we have a host of programs for the entire family. So I really think our children's program is fantastic. We have succeeded in entertaining the older teenagers, which this is the hardest group to keep occupied. And so what we do there is we have a schedule, and we have one of our most of our geos on property are young, and we usually have two, and we separate them into two different, the older ones and the younger ones, and they can come in and they can go out and they hang out and they have a great time. So, and we've really succeeded in entertaining them. So we all know when the kids are happy, the parents are happy. Exclusive collection. So this part of our business, Club Med, so our Trident was 3 Trident, 4 Trident, 5 Trident, which is kind of 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. We no longer have any 3 Trident resorts. The majority are 4-star resorts, and we are expanding in the 5 Trident, where we kind of rebranded it to be called Exclusive Collection. And that's the fastest growing segment in terms of when we're opening. And we're opening 1 to 2 new resorts every year. We even opened during COVID, we opened several new resorts. Some of them didn't get to stay open, but we did open them. So the Exclusive Collection, what is that? It's resorts located in exceptional destinations with exclusive spaces within pristine sites. It's our premium brand with personalized service, upgraded amenities, concierge services. There's dedicated cocktail events, and only people staying in the Exclusive Collection resort or space, because some of our resorts only have a space. I'll explain that later. There's 4 product lines within. So there's the villas and chalets. There's Exclusive Collection resorts. We have 1 sailing yacht, and there's our Exclusive Collection space. What I like to call that is it's a resort within a resort. So it's usually a separate building with a separate pool, and only people staying in that space can use those facilities, and they can use everything outside of the Exclusive Collection space. So that's kind of the difference. This is an overview, and we're constantly adding. I don't think marketing can keep up with how fast we're adding new Exclusive Collection spaces, but this is the last map that I have. So this is where they're located. Finalou Villas in the Maldives. You can either have a sunrise or sunset. I would say this is the top of our collection in Exclusive Collection. They have butler service. They're 2,000 square feet, and they each have a private swimming pool. In the Maldives, we have another property called Connie, and it's a boat ride away from Finalou Villas. So people staying in Finalou can use the facilities in Connie, which also has over-the-water bungalows. They're just smaller in size. An inside tip here for Connie is that, you know, you should always book the deluxe because of the tide. You want to be further out into the water because when the tide, uh, depending upon the tide, some parts of the day it's not over the water. So that's my insider tip for you. And price point wise, it's a fraction of going to Tahiti in terms of price. It is a long way to go. This is a picture of Connie. So it's in the same location. Often people ask me, well, what's your favorite resort? I don't have one favorite. I do have several favorites. Uh, Cefalù is one of them. It opened in 2018 in Sicily, and I should say it reopened. This is a iconic resort, and it's the rebirth of a legend. If you see on the lower left-hand side picture there, that is, it opened as tents, and that's the original palazzo there. And it was closed for many, 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 many years. And then Club Med reopened it as our first exclusive collection resort in 2018. And they built these villettes. And then what you see here, I don't know if you see my pointer or not, but the rock you see at the distance, that's the town. And there's a Duomo there, and you can hike up to the top of the rock here. It's not so hard because I did it. And I did it actually a few times. I walked into the town every day. It's about 15-minute walk from the resort. And so that's the terrace there. This is the inside of these villettes, and then you can see how private they are. It's looking at the back of another one. It was really so well designed. They won many awards in Europe, and it was written up in all the travel publications in Europe. And I think it is probably the top property in Sicily. So what you see here you see the city is closest to you in the screen, and then the white sandy beach goes across. That's Club Med right there, and that's at the about 15 or 20-minute walk from. You could also take a taxi, but walking is really very 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 nice. I loved it. Is in 2021 we opened in the Seychelles, another exclusive collection resort. It's for families and couples, great for scuba diving. It's a long way to get to from here, but you know, people have clients all over, and we've gotten great reviews on the Seychelles. Meeches Playa Esmeralda. This is our second property we opened in 2019. Then COVID hit, so it wasn't open very long. And this was a real pioneering effort because it's the first, this is on the northern tip of, you fly into the Punta Cana airport, where our other resort is, and I'll talk about that one in a minute. But we basically built the roads here, and several other hotel companies own property, and now they've just started to build. But Club Med is the pioneer here. The beach here is gorgeous, and there's 4 boutique villages, 2 for adults only, 1 for everyone, and 1 for families. And this is Archipelago. And this particular, there's only 18 of them. They're very romantic. That is the plunge pool that you see there on the beach. And in addition to our many sports, we have one of the largest sports schools. So many all-inclusive resorts, they offer, let's say they offer sailing, but they don't offer instruction, or you have to pay for instruction. We include group lessons, so you can actually learn how to sail, or you can learn how to paddleboard, and you can learn how to do the trapeze. So not only do we have the sports, we have the instruction that goes on it. Yoga is, as you know, very, very popular. And here we have a treetop yoga program, and wellness is big. The third segment of our exclusive collection is the Club Med 2, and it's a sailing yacht. It's in the Mediterranean and the Caribbean, depending upon the time of year. In the summer, it's in the Med, and we've done some very unique itineraries to include Greece or Northern Africa, Turkey, and of course the French and Italian Riviera and Sicily and Spain. So every year there's different itineraries. We only have one, so it sells out. The language on board is spoken is English and French as far as the announcements, but the majority of the guests are European. So you're going to hear a lot more French than English on board. So it's good for your very sophisticated traveler, or maybe your French American customers. And this is Cancun. This is the exclusive collection space. So this is a great picture because it gives you an overview. I love this space. There's garden rooms and there's suites. So the suites face the ocean and the garden rooms face the garden. But what I love about this is the service and the team within Jade. You see, they have a small swimming pool. Outside of this, there is a beautiful infinity pool in a family section, and there's a whole resort to enjoy, but it's very quiet right here. So I like staying in, I call it Jade. And each exclusive collection space within our resorts has a different name, but it's exclusive collection. Here's another picture. Every night they have a private cocktail here. They change the color of the pool, and there's room service. So it's very, very, very nice. This is our exclusive collection space overview in Punta Cana, the Dominican Republic. And there's 32 family suites. They're 2-bedroom with ocean views. And then in Cancun, this is probably, we keep pouring more and more money into Cancun. A lot of people say, oh, my clients don't want to go to Cancun. They don't want to go to Mexico. This is one of my favorite resorts in our collection. And it's only 10 minutes from the Cancun airport. I get rave reviews on this, and it's right at the largest coral reef. You will see many of these little boats coming where people have paid a lot of money to snorkel over there. And one time I was there, and one of the guests started bragging, oh, I booked everything on my own. Because I didn't tell him I worked for Club Med. I'm always curious to see how they booked, and I just am trying to get information. And they said, oh no, I didn't use a travel advisor. I booked everything on my own. And then he proceeded to tell me that he spent like $140 a person on this snorkeling excursion, where they picked him up in the front of Club Med, and then they rode him around to the hotel zone. And then he came back by boat. Guess where? Right in front of Club Med, where he could have snorkeled for free and just gotten the equipment. But anyway, he spent a lot of money. So I told him, if you had maybe consulted with a travel advisor, they might have been able to tell you that. So I tell you that story just so you know, and that's one of the many reasons why people need to use a travel advisor. So anyway, we have in Cancun what we call Agua Marina, and we might be adding more. They were so popular. We built 60 of them. They're 3 stories, and they're designed for families. We usually use them for fam trips too. So they're 2 bedroom, 2.5 bath. Some are 1.5 bath. That's the difference when you go up to the deluxe. But it's like being in a condominium, and it's just really a nice space. So it was so successful. We added another 60 because we had so much land there. And then in between, we added a whole family designed swimming pool with little chairs just for kids. So now I'm going to move on to Turks and Caicos. And now we have people who become so family oriented. A lot of people are asking for more adult only. In Turks and Caicos, it's 18 or above. It's our most popular in North America. So it's the location is Grace Bay, and it's just a fantastic location. We've refurbished the rooms here. They're not as luxurious as our exclusive collection, but people come back here year after year after year. The scuba diving, the sailing is just fantastic. And the whole vibe here. There are some nights where we allow guests from other hotels. Then I think they pay like $95 just to come in for the evening. But anyway, because there's nothing going on in Turks and Caicos in terms of nightlife except for Club Med. And that's an overview of the beach and the resort. So it's all about the beach here. And there are plans to upgrade once again the facility here. I had the opportunity to go to Columbus Isle. This, I believe, is a hidden gem. It's in the Bahamas, and we are the only resort on the island here. I had never got to go here because it's never available for employees, and somehow one week it was available, so I jumped on that. And you have to go to Miami, and we have a nonstop that we have blocked space on Bahama Air. So it's not hard to get to. And it's the water here is even more beautiful than Turks and Caicos. So it's very similar in terms of sailing and scuba diving. They do allow children here, but you don't get a lot of small kids because there's no children's program. So you'll get maybe families with teenagers. And the makeup of guests here, because we have about 30% of the resort filled with the charter from Miami, will be Americans. And then we have another charter flight from Canada, Montreal, and then from Paris. So it has a nice mix of international guests, and I highly recommend it. The accommodations here, again, they're getting refreshed, but they could use some updating. So they're getting a soft refresh. I would go here again though, just for the location. So international resorts. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I'm going to go through ones that I think would be great to sell, and areas where Americans want to go. So Portugal, Club Med de Balia. This property is in the Algarve region, and they have golf. There's an 18-hole golf course here. It's also great for families. And we have a Zen space here. What our Zen space is, and usually parents of kids are there, you have to be 18 years or older to go to the Zen space, and it's just basically a bar, swimming pool. Sometimes they have a jacuzzi there, and rooms that are located in the Zen space, and you have to be 18 or older to go there. So parents love it because they have a chance while kids are in the mini club to really relax. And it's very popular. So we've been adding Zen spaces in many of our resorts. In Punta Cana, we have one as well. These are just some pictures of that from the resort, and the grounds are gorgeous. Spain, Marbella, and this is in the Costa del Sol area of Spain. I've been to this resort many, many, many years ago before I worked for Club Med. The company I was working for had a resort buyout here, and we've totally refurbished this since then. So the rooms here are really updated, beautiful, and there's a lot of day trips. This is really like the French Riviera of Spain. Puerto Banús is nearby, and it's a great stop there. Opio in Provence. This is 20 minutes from the Nice airport, and it is there's a Creative by Cirque du Soleil there. We have a great spa there. There's a golf course. The grounds are very, very, very large, and you can take day trips from here to. I've stayed here several times, both for business, pleasure, and I love this resort because of the proximity. You could go to St. Paul de Vence. You could go to Grasse. You could go to Cannes. You could go to Monte Carlo. You can go to Ez, and you can rent a car. Or what I did was I took Uber, and every day, except the days we wanted to relax at the resort, we went to another place. Also, walking distance from this resort is a very cool town. A lot of expats live there. It's called Valbonne. They have a great Moroccan restaurants where that people from all over France, when they're in the area, they'll try and get reservations at this particular restaurant. The rooms here are very much European style. They're small in size, but you're really not in the room. And at every Club Med, we have a discovery center where you can book all kinds of excursions on the water. So I love this place. South America, we have 3 resorts, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about 2 of them because the third one is really for South Americans for meetings and conventions. This particular resort, Rio dos Padres, it has an exclusive collection. This is one of the rooms there. They have 6 penthouse suites and 33 suites in all, and their exclusive collection space is adult only. And that's a picture of it. I'm hoping to go there in November if there's space available. And it's about an hour and 45 minutes from the Rio airport. We also have Trancoso, which is 15 minutes from San Salvador airport, and an hour and 35 minutes from Rio de Janeiro, and an hour and 45 from São Paulo airport. And this is what the resort looks like. This is a great place for nature lovers and people that want to do some day trips. It's fantastic. Now we get to one of my favorite segments of the business, and this segment of the business is growing faster than any other part of our business. It's growing at 30% a year. And I know that most skiers or snowboarders, we have both programs, or mountain bikers and hikers in the US, they might want to book their own. But when they're going on an international trip, they could very well use a travel advisor. And everything is included with Club Med because we're all inclusive. So we have the bulk of our resorts in France, close to, we have around 20 in the French, Swiss, and Italian Alps. We have one in Canada, Charlevoix in Quebec. We have 2 in China and 2 in Japan, and we're adding 2 more in Japan. So what's included in our skiing, snowboarding is super expensive in the US. It's gone up crazy amount of money. So we include the ski pass, we include the lessons, we include the kids clubs. We have a separate locker room just for the kids. We include all day gourmet dining, open bar, the après ski and entertainment, and Wi-Fi and gratuities. And of course, all your alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages. But what really makes this program seamless is you have, when you check in, they give you a wristband that opens up your door. It opens your ski locker, and you can also purchase things at the boutique. And what's nice, I like to call our mountain product, is you step out, you step into your skis, and you're off. It makes the whole sport so easy that I don't want to go anywhere else, because I don't like to carry my skis anymore. I really am spoiled. This will definitely spoil you. So what's not included is, or optional, is the ski equipment, because some people like to bring their own equipment, and you can certainly do that. I recommend bringing your own boots because it's like shoes. And even though we replace the equipment every year, we usually have Rosengol there. And the cost of renting for a week is sometimes less than what it costs for a day here in the United States to rent like a pair of good demo skis. The other thing that is not included is air. We have air, and this is the one place where I recommend using our air, because when you use our air, the transfer is included, and the transfer is very expensive. I forgot whether it's 200 round trip or 400 round trip. It's a lot of money per person, so that adds up for the whole family. So unless someone is using mileage, I would say do the air with us, so you get the transfer included. And many of our mountain resorts are open in the summer. We have bikes and hiking also included for the summertime. So in the center here, that's my son. He's 28. He's engaged. The one in the lower left, the little boy with the green hat, and that was in Copper Mountain. There, we don't have a resort there anymore, but he learned to ski there, and then he went to the French Alps the second year. I took him to Club Med, and he's not skiing anymore. He's snowboarding, and that's me in Val Thorens, just looking at, wow, it's amazing. That's the Three Valleys. And on the left is a picture of some travel advisors that I took on a fam trip. And one of them, we were laughing because she kind of got separated from her group. She found another Club Med that was near our Club Med, because we have several. And she was lucky, though, because she went to the front. She used her wristband. She went to have lunch, and then she came out and said she needs help to get back to her Club Med. And they give her directions, and she says, no, you have to drive me. And they did, because it was very close by, but you could get end up where you're like 50 minutes away on the other side of the mountain. So it is really nice to stay with your guide. Quebec. So this is something that was in the making for a long time, and it's around an hour from the Quebec airport. I recommend a stop in Quebec because it's very beautiful city, particularly in I would recommend the Fairmont. It's an iconic property. And this is a view of the Club Med here. And what's unique is it is overlooking the St. Lawrence River. It reminds me of Lake Tahoe with the views of the water when you're coming down. It's the highest vertical drop on the East Coast. It has the largest annual snowfall on the East Coast, and the views are extensive. And there's a special 7.5 kilometer long sled ride. It's 4.6 miles. That's some of the nice things. And the town, closest town, St. Paul, and is really a beautiful little quaint. It's known for its art galleries. Has the largest number of art galleries, and for foodies, lots of great Epicurean delights. We were there right before it opened in the fall. And these are some personal pictures of my manager took these, and I stole them from him because I like them so much. And then, of course, I talked about in the summer, we have the mountain biking activities there. And it's just as beautiful in the summer as well, and spring and fall. We close about 2 months, a month and a half. We're reopening in the beginning of December. And there's plenty of non-skier activities included. You don't have to be a skier or a snowboarder or mountain biking. We have hiking programs as well. And we have a circus school there, which is very, 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 very nice. And there is an exclusive collection space. It's called Les Saint Laurent, which is appropriate there. They have 25 suites, couple or family, and the views from this property are amazing. So our Alpine Resorts, this resort opened in 2020. Unfortunately, France did not allow the ski resorts to open that particular year, so we had to wait another year. The location is the best for Americans. The best location is to fly into Geneva for all our French. There's just more flights going in there. Another way you can do it, if you want to add on a stop in Paris, and I have done this, is you can take the train to Paris. Either you can start in Paris and then take the train right to the closest ski resort town, and they can pick you up there, or you can take a taxi to the resort. So this particular resort is called La Rosière, and it is spectacular. It's pretty brand new. It's opened in 2020. And what is very unique here, you can ski the same day in France and in Italy. You can have a fantastic lunch. It's just an incredible location. So a lot of people haven't heard of La Rosière, but I highly recommend. It is one of my favorites. And there's plenty of activities, dog sledding, free ride zone, snow kiting, paragliding, if you're not skiing. It's just nice to be there. There's an ice village with an ice bar where they have a happy hour, and their happy hour scenes are really fun. Les Arcs Panorama, I was here last year. This property opened in 2018, and it is in the Paradox Ski region. And we have 4 resorts in this. This domain is huge. They call their ski areas domains. And they also have an exclusive collection here. It's called Belvedere. And this is the map of the ski area. So we have we have a resort in Pezzi, Valandre, and La Pond. We have 2, and Les Arcs we have 2. This whole region is the Paradox ski area. This is a perfect place to take a picture. This is the exclusive collection space. You can stand in between these 2 reindeers with the backdrop of the mountains. There's 24 suites here with a dedicated concierge. Val Thorens, this is a famous 3 valleys. So if you have clients that ski or snowboard, they will know about this region. And we're located right in the center of town, which is wonderful. It's ski in, ski out. You walk in, and there's a climbing wall and a spiral staircase. Spa is something I love, and I usually try and experience the spa in every Club Med that I go to, and this one had a nice one. And the climbing, of course, wall is included as an activity. There's yoga. This is a picture of the suite. There are only a few of them, but I'd like to show this because this is the same color scheme, and the superior rooms have a terrace as well. So it's the rooms are very modern, nice here. And Tins, this is a resort that we totally rebuilt, brand new from the from top to bottom, a total new build. We had a resort there for many years, but we bought another space, so it is very nice. There is an exclusive collection space there, of course, and that's a picture of one of the rooms there. And in the same this is the pool there in Tin, indoor pool. And then in Val d'Isere, which you can ski from Val d'Isere to Tin. This is also one of the most popular resort locations in Europe, and the most famous. The town here has a lot of cool shopping and the cheeses, and it's just phenomenal. I had a few people on my fam trip who never skied, tried to ski, but they didn't care. They were having a great time. And so I don't have new photos, but this is an exclusive collection resort now. We totally rebuilt that also from the ground up. And then Japan, this is a hot spot for powder skiers. And we're adding Club Med Kyoto Peak and Club Med Grand Kyoto, opening in March. And existing, we have Tamamu, which has been doing very well, and Saharo. I hope I pronounced them correctly. I've been working on that. For group travel, we do and have done multi-generational families are our specialty, another specialty for us. And we're really one of the first resorts to start with pickleball because we are so sports oriented. We started to build these pickleball courts, and now it is the fastest growing sport in the US. So this is, if you have a pickleball friend who is like a leader or a Pied Piper, this is a great way to put together a group. And we also have done some corporate groups as well. But I think our forte is more multi-generational and pickleball groups. Happy to Care. We're very conscious of green and plastics. We have gotten rid of all the plastics in the resort. We have paper straws. So we're really trying to do our part in that. And when we built niches, every tree we took out, we put back in. So we're really very keen to sustainability, and we're doing a good job with that. We have a new travel advisor portal, and Archer Travel has been doing really well with it. You do need a CMU number and passcode and directions. And if anyone needs that, doesn't have it already, I've sent it out, but I can send it to you. This is a portal where it has tools and resources for you for Club Med, and you can also use it to book as well as a booking engine. We all, of course, have our call center, and you can connect with that. We have a Facebook group, which the nicest thing I think about the Facebook group is you can ask a question there and probably get it answered faster than I can, because so many longtime Club Med travel advisors are on there. And sometimes I see questions that I may not know the answer and they know. So it's interesting. We have a loyalty program, so you can redeem points for free nights and upgrades. It's also based on availability. We do have travel agent rates in our North America destinations. And for those, all you need is your IATA or CLIA number, your credit card, and you can call in. And if it's available, you can book it. It's usually never available for Christmas or Thanksgiving, of course. But if you're flexible, you can definitely take advantage of our, because we have so many different locations. And we do want you to come and experience Club Med, because it is very different. And I'm here, I've been to many of our destinations, and it's not an easy product to sell because they're different. They're all very different. So we have something for everyone, but it's important that you place the client in the right product that we have for them. Also on the our advisor site, we have Club Med University, where you can take our courses, and then you get some loyalty points for doing that. And I want to thank you for taking so much time out of your busy schedule to be with me. I'm going to stop sharing my my screen right now and see if I can look at the chat and answer some questions.
Thank you so much. That was awesome, Elaine. I appreciate all that information. Everyone, if any, go ahead and locate and type them in the chat box so that we can get them answered this evening. Anything all Club Med that was shared with us, I definitely learned some great information. I appreciate. Go ahead and type your questions in the chat box. We have a few more minutes so we can get those questions answered. The presentation is always recorded and we will post the link for that recording if you give us a few days in the elite group so that you can get a copy if you're still on, Adrian. As of right now, I haven't seen any questions come
That
up.
means I did a great job.
That means you did an awesome job. One just came up that says, is the travel advisor website?
No, it's that it is www.traveladvisors.clubmed.com. I can share my screen and put that information up if you'd like for a few minutes so people can write it down.
That'd be great. I'll type it in the chat box too if you want.
And it came to the top. So what I'm going to do, that is my email and my telephone number if you want to take a quick picture, if you want to get in contact with me. And then I'm going to go down to the last, the very end here. And where it says traveladvisors.clubmed.com.
Thank you very much for sharing that. Everyone, if you want to jot that down again from the slide, traveladvisors.clubmed.com, and I'll put it in the chat box as well. Oh, I think I left the M off. .com, guys. CLL. And is that also where they will register and be able to?
Yes,
You said
but
you
they will need the CMU code and password for Archer Travel.
okay.
And they can
That may be
email
in
me
our,
and
that
I
may be
can
in our
send
travel
them.
cafe. I'm gonna check. Usually, we do have a platform that we call our travel cafe. We ask that any of our agents go to that platform before registering, because they are usually, it lists the links and all of the requirements so that you'll know exactly what you need before you register with any of the suppliers. So it may probably 99% sure it's in there.
I know several of your travel advisors have registered and have been booking on it. So I thank you for that because we're getting pressured to have you guys book on it.
Now, I know that you mentioned earning points for bookings.
Yes,
Is
so
that
it's one
in-
point per dollar.
So does that matter if you book in any other vendor sites, or do you have to, okay, you have to book, you don't have to book directly on the Club Med. You could book with Apple or ALG or anyone else and still get those points?
No, you can't book with Apple or ALG. You could only book with Club Med. We're not part of Apple or ALG or
Okay.
any of the tour operators.
Okay, so it has to be booked directly. Thank you
So
for
no matter how you book, you're going to get points.
that's
So
good to know.
it's a dollar. So let's say you book a $4,000 booking. I don't remember. So if we've upgraded, if you want to do exclusive collection or regular, I want to say it's around, because I don't redeem them. The inside sales do. I think it's 3,500 or 4,000 per person per night points.
Okay.
So the more you book, the more points you get, obviously. And I believe for each course you complete on the university, you get 500 points.
Oh, nice. Okay. And
I think for each segment, you get some points for doing that as well. But we always have the TA rate,
okay.
and you don't need to use any points. But if you want free nights, you can use the loyalty points are free, and you can use it for guests as well.
Oh, that's great. Nice to know. And just heads up, FYI, everybody, I did go to the Travel Cafe. If you type Club Med up at the top of the Travel Cafe in our search bar, as well as the link to register and you information and passwords for the Travel Cafe. Any more questions, guys? We want to please clap it up and thank you for time per day for joining us and sharing awesome information. I learned a lot. I'm I'm looking forward to my.
Yes, feel free to reach out if you have any questions, need anything. Email me. Emailing me is probably the best. You could also call me if you have questions about a resort, call me.
I think I lost my connection. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Thank
No more
you.
questions. No more questions popped up. Again, everybody, thank Aline for her time this evening. And I also want to thank everybody for taking time out to join our call again, our walkthrough Wednesday hosted by our one-star platinum, Mrs. Nina Jackson Mitchell. Guys, have a great evening and hope to see you on next week's training. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you. Good night.